Hello everyone and welcome to my YouTube channel. Hi, my name is Vinny and I will be your host. BNSF 6951 shares videos on layout updates, op sessions, run sessions, rail fanning, contests, and giveaways. Vinny Built Structures shares videos on scratch builds, kit builds, kit bashing, also tools, tips, and tricks, and he also does a clinic on how to do scratch builds. Finally, on Friday nights, I do a live stream called Hanging with the Cuz. That's right, if you want to hang out with a bunch of great model railroaders, come and check me out on 8 o'clock on Friday night. That's 8 o'clock Eastern on Friday nights. Anyhow, so if you guys and gals think that you might like these kind of videos, go ahead and subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to hit the bell so you get notified whenever I upload a video or do a live stream. And then give me a couple of those because that'll help out my YouTube analytics. Anyhow, with all that being said, let's get on with the video. Talk to you guys later. Bye. Vinny Vid Production brought to you by Yankee Dabbler. For all your model railroad needs, check out Yankee Dabbler. Don't forget, 7% discount with BNSF 6951. And by Highways and Byways, awesome street graphics for your roads and streets on your model railroad layout. If you guys are looking for sophisticated model railroad electronics, Logic Rail Technologies has what you need. For a 5% discount on certain items, use code BNSF 6951. Alright guys, now it's time for the next step on your layout. Trees. I have been dealing with Bob for 7 years now and he does excellent work on his trees. So if you need some trees on your layout, check out Long Shadow's Trees. Tell him the Cuz sent you. Alright guys, welcome back to another Vinny Built Structures video. I hope you enjoyed part 1 of this build. In part 2 we're going to concentrate on the same 3 areas, same 3 structures and try and get them finished today. And last night in my live stream I started to show people how I do the detail on the clock tower. So today we're going to continue that. When I looked at it this morning, I said to myself, the proportions just didn't look right. So we're going to go ahead and adjust the proportions and I'll show you how I'm going to do that. So with all that being said, let's get down to the other camera and see what's going on. Be right back. Here we go. Alright guys, now that we're down here, my intentions for today, hold on, let me get this, put this down here like that, and let me put this over here like this, is we are going to try and finish this building. I need to run out and get some paint, and as you can see, I started to draw out some stuff on the foundation here. You'll see in the pictures that this right here is a yellow caution area. It's pretty big, and then right in front of it there's some blue striping that's going to get done on here, and then these 2 lines represent where the breezeway or this guy will go. Like that. I have an idea of, you know, how to keep stuff in line and straight. Again, like I said, I did make a mistake. As I say, I keep looking at the pictures, and on this side here, right here, I have put a people door and put a freight door, kind of like. When I looked at the picture again this morning, there's not a freight door here. There is a people door, but what I see now, it looks like a place where they would put a dumpster. So that's something I need to build. That's going to probably get done today in this video also. I'm going to run out and get some paint. All the windows and doors and everything are brown. So I'm going to go out and get some brown paint. Once I paint this up here, I can go ahead and put the brick facade on there. But today, what we're going to do is we're going to do this. Now, like I said, I saw last night that it was too short proportion wise, so I added this little thing on the bottom, and I'm going to show you guys how I did it. Basically, I just put a piece of styrene on the inside on all of these, and then I also cut these two guys out, and they will fit right in there like that. And I'm not worried about what they really look like because these will get covered with the brick facade, so I will get in there the best I can, like that for there, for instance. I'm going to go ahead and take some of my Model Masters, and we'll go ahead and give this a little gluing. And then we'll just take this guy and we'll slip him in there like that. And again, like I said, I'm not worried about it. And actually, what I need to do here, trim that little piece so it fits up in there a little bit better. This little guy right here. Alright. Now, there you go. That's more like it. Alright. So, I will put a clamp on there to hold it in place. Do the other side the same thing. And then I will show you. Yeah, we're just going to hold that in place just like that. And then we'll just do this side the same thing. Put him in here. Thusly. And yeah. Alright, a little bit of glue. Alright. And a clamp. Alright. I'm going to let that dry up. And meanwhile, you see these guys right here. Now, let me get a picture of a bigger picture of the clock tower up here so you guys can see what I am going to be doing. So hang out and I'll be back. Sure. Alright guys, as you can see I have added the bottom section. I actually added 12 feet to this, so this is now 72 feet, 72 scale feet tall. And now what we're going to do is we're going to add those legs on. Let me see if we can get to the other camera. And the legs I'm talking about, as you can see up here in the front, I can't point to it. I don't know why I can't get this to where I want it to be, but anyhow, I don't know what to call them. I'm calling them legs. Anyhow, we're going to get back down to the camera here. And they are the pieces that are going to be protruding out from the side of the building like that. Alright, I didn't have the exact size styrene that I needed, so I went ahead and I made a few of these. I made 4 of them actually. And basically all I did was just take it and put the glue up on top here. And just stack them. And when I get all of them done, I'll cut them down to size, and then I'll show you how we will achieve an angle that these things need to be on. Because the angle that these are on will be the angle that the roof is going to be. If you look at when I show you the pictures, you'll see what I'm talking about. Let's go ahead and put this down here like this. Okay, and I also picked up some paint. I'm going to use for the windows and doors. I'm going to be using what they call espresso. It's a really dark brown. Windows on this build are brown. I didn't look at all the maintenance doors or anything like that, but the doors that I do see are brown. So, that being said, we're going to let that set up, and then I will go ahead and slice that little piece off right there. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a break right now, and then we'll continue on with this. Gotta figure out what that angle is going to be. Just like I said, it'll be whatever the angle of the roof. This will determine the angle of the roof. so I have to make sure it's okay. Anyhow, with all that being said, we'll be back here in a little while. Alright guys, we are ready to put on the legs, is what I'm calling them, and there'll be one in each corner facing outwards. And how I made those is I took these number 148s and I just stacked them on top of each other until I found the size that I wanted, and this is the size I came up with. And I don't know exactly what the size is. I did a minute and I will measure it. Alright, so here's my scale rule, and we will see on end scale. Ooh, that's a 5-foot leg. And at highest point, it is 30 feet. Alright, so basically all I'm going to do here is just glue them on, and they should look something like this when I get done with them. Actually, I should turn this around so you can see it. Just like that. So, that being said, I'm going to go ahead and start doing this. Alright guys, so now I'm just going to wait for these to dry up because I have to do this on the opposite side over here. So I need to let these dry up before I can flip it over and stand it on it. And the next part after this is going to be fun part, putting some bricks in here. And I want to finish this. I did buy paint, and I did paint the windows on the entrance and the doors and windows that have to go on the buildings I started. I do have the next piece of brick to go on the last piece of that building right there. And also we are going to finish these guys. One is finished. No, camera one. One is finished and one is not. So we have a pretty full video here today. These I want to get this section done because the next section is going to require lots and lots of cutting on on the archways. Yeah, that's the word I'm looking for, is archways. Now, got this straight here. Okay, that'll work. Now don't forget, this is all going to get covered with brick when I get done with it. And this line that you see going across here is going to be the concrete beltway or belt loop that you see on the picture. Alright, let's see if we can maybe put this on this way instead of going it this maybe. There you go. Alright. No stopping me now. Yo. Putting the brick on here is going to be a job. Okay. Good. Let's see if I can check it at height. Okay. Barely. And up here we got a big one. Alright guys, now that the clock tower is pretty much all assembled as far as all my legs are concerned, don't look too bad, it looks pretty good in proportion to the rest of the building. Then I went ahead and I did this. And how I did that is I made a one piece like this, And I don't want to do too much on this video because it's already quite long, and just put it on here like that, and glue it down, put some weight on it, and then start filling the rest of the pieces. So with all that being said, I'm going to go ahead and do this off camera, and then bring it back because I want to try and keep this short as possible right now. I also want to show you that I did paint. I don't know if you guys can see that. I did paint the door, and I did cut out the brickwork on top of the door right there. So this building right here is going to get the rest of the brickwork also. Alright, with all that being said, let me continue on this and I will bring you back. Alright guys, what you're looking at now is the roof for the clock tower. As you can see in the picture, it's pyramid basically, and it has this rib roofing on it. I found the rib roofing on Steve PSAP, or Steve 87 PSAP, when he was doing a build, and he used this product for his build, and even though it says HO, it's going to work great for this build. Anyhow, the product I'm talking about is this JTT pattern sheets, and it is called Rib Roofing HO Scale. Anyhow, I'll show you what it looks like. You can see that it is ribbed pretty much like what you have up there on the roof, and the spacing looks pretty close to what is actually up there. So I first did a pyramid made out of the 20,000 styrene, and I thought because I was going to add this on top of it, that the 20,000 would be strong enough. Then I went ahead and just put a couple of drops of my Model Masters glue on there and put these two in place. And I'm just going to do the same thing with the rest of these guys, and then I'll show you how I'm going to cover up the corner like you see in that picture right there. We'll get to that after I put these two guys on. I will do that off camera, and I will bring you back when I'm ready to do the corner pieces. So stay tuned, and we will be right back. Alright guys, what I noticed is that you live and you learn by your mistakes. So I want to say that I have made, well, it's not really a mistake, it's just that I didn't measure correctly. What I wanted to do with this roof was to have an overhang on all four sides, because if you see the top of that picture that's showing right now, at the very top there is a little band that goes around, and I wanted the roof to line up with that band. Anyhow, as you also can see on the corners, there's like something that goes down the corner here. Maybe I should move this back a little. No, go forward. There you go. There's a band that goes down the corner here, and what I'm going to use for that is this number 293 angle, and it just so happens to fit on there just perfectly, like it was made for it. Anyhow, I'm not going to continue on the roof in this video, only because it's going to take some time, and I'm trying to keep these videos short. I know that 40 minutes is not really short, but I try to complete as much in one video as I possibly can. So with that being said, I'm going to move on to the next portion of this, is to show you the arrival center or main entrance of the structure, basically completed except for the roof. So stay tuned, and we will be back with that shortly. Alright guys and gals, we're going to start part 2 of this build of the Oxnard train station. As you can see, I finally finished these over the past couple of days. They're all sanded down nice and smooth. They look exactly the same size. And so when I put these in here, we won't have any problem. But I thought today we would start with doing a little bit on the foundation. What I did was I added these pieces of styrene there, so this building will fit right on there every time. And I will somehow make this interlocking with the next set of buildings that I'm going to build, which is the main building that will go right here. But I will do some sort of an interlock between the two of them, so I can actually ship these as separate modules. Anyhow, what I'm going to try to do today is, this is the first piece of brick section I want to do, and I want to see how easy or how hard it's going to be for me to cut the doors and windows out once this is on, because that was my plan. So I want to attach this to here, and I did make it a little bit bigger so I can trim it down afterwards. But like I have been mentioning, that once I put this plastic here onto this plastic here, the total thickness will become 1 millimeter, which is what I usually use to build a building. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and just go ahead and put this on, I guess. And I put a couple of clamps on it to hold it down. But other than that, I don't know of anything else I can do. So with that being said, let me get ready for that, and we will be right back. Alright guys, as you can see, I'm all sanded up. The corners are nice and flush with each other, so I'm just going to go ahead and lay a bunch of glue on here and lay this piece of brick facade on here. As soon as I put the glue on, I will lay it down flat, make sure that I have it all the way down to the edge here. I'm just doing it this way, just to apply the glue, no special way. I will be using my Model Masters glue, so we shall begin. And like I said, there's no rhyme or reason how I'm going to do this. I'm just going to go ahead and lay it out. Down. And also, guys, when you start using this stuff, make sure you look at it, because there's a good side, there's a bad side. Good side is the side with the brick texture. And I'm pretty happy with this brick. It's pretty close to scale size. So, like I said, I'm going to put this down like this. And then we will take this guy, just lay him up like that. Nice and easy. And we'll take a couple of clampers. Let's see what I want to do. Give me a second here. Where did I put that thing? That is that's what I did. Okay. I got this metal ruler that Mr. Hardwick gave me, but I want to use him as a clamp. Go across the entire deal. Anytime you guys can get clamps like this, they are well worth it. They help a lot. Alright, so we're going to let that dry up for a few minutes. And then meanwhile, we do the same thing with this door right here. This guy right here. Let's see. Maybe I'll get right up. Alright. What we need to do is, there is a wall, when this sits in here like this, there is a wall that goes between these two guys. And I had drawn lines on here, and that's where these guys gotta go. There and there. So I need to build a wall that's gonna go between there and also on this end, because on this end of the where the clock tower is, there is a door to go into the clock tower for maintenance purposes, I guess would be the reason for that. So the easiest way for me to do this, I guess, is just measure between these 2 points. Because like I said, I do have it marked centered on this door, because this door here is the main entrance according to the pictures I got, and it describes each picture. This was marked as the door, main entrance. So I marked it off. Let's see what we got. Let's see if I can put a little marker so you guys can see. I know you guys probably can't see that, but anyhow, I have a total of, should be 25 feet actually, and it is exactly 25 feet. So I need to get a piece of styrene that will be 25 feet long. I got a bunch of it over here. And this is actually going to be support. Look at that. That's almost exactly the size I need. Holy crap. This is going to be support actually for the wall that's going to be behind here, because when this is on here, there is a peaked roof. That peaked roof goes all the way back to here, but it also shows the brick wall in here. But I don't know how high that's going to be, so this is actually just going to be a backer for the brick wall when I'm ready to put that in there. I hope you guys understood that. Alright, so this guy here is almost 25 feet. That was a good choice there, Vincent. I could actually do something that's a bit, I don't need to use such a great deal right now. I have a bunch of scrap over here, guys. That's what I'm looking through right now. I'm trying to use as much of this 20,000 styrene, and because I'm using the brick as making the styrene stronger. So let's see. Of course, I'm not going to have a piece of that one. Look at that. That one's right on the money. All right. So all I need to do now is cut this guy. Not that big. All right. So, like I said, it's just going to be a backing for the brick that will be on there eventually. All right. So let's see. We need to make sure this guy straight here. Come on the line there. If I have small cuts, I use my small straight edge, only because it's a lot easier to control. And I have both of them nearby at all times. Alright, so this, alright. Now, like I said, this is going to be a backer wall. It's going to go inside here, like this. And then these guys, oops, wrong place, they will get attached here, so I can lift this out as a unit. And so that's what I'm going to do. And let me see, you gotta get right there. Close up to the front as you can. And when I put the brick wall in there, it's gotta line up with the original brick wall, so it looks like it's all one wall. So hopefully I can pull this off. Like I said, this is a build that I have never ever done before. And so it's kind of fun because it's a challenge to me. So you guys are watching me accomplish this as I go along. So see, we're gonna put this guy here. He's okay, he's sitting on the deck. A little bit loose right there. We can adjust that. Alright, I'm bringing it back after I kind of figure out how I'm going to do this. Because like I said, this is all new stuff to me. So hang out, we'll be back in a little bit. Alright guys, what I decided to do is to stop playing with some of this brick stuff and see how I can get it to work out. For two reasons. Number one, I want to see how it's going to look. And number two is, on these guys, I have to do at least the inside part because I need to put some walls in here. And it would be a lot easier for me to put the brick on first and then build the walls on top of that. So, I have this piece here already cut out and it will fit this guy. And I will go ahead and glue him, and then once I glue him, then I will trace out all the parts. And all of these parts that I cut out, I will use elsewhere. So yeah, I'm going to try to have very little waste. So anyhow, let's go ahead and do this guy. Make sure he's nice and clean, no debris. The only thing I'm hoping is that I can get this arch to look good when the brick is on there. I have no way of actually doing the way they actually do brick. You know, when they get to a corner, they have like they turn the brick the opposite way to give it a little bit of a detail. I can't do that, so we'll have to deal with what I can and cannot do. All right, so again, we're just going to go ahead and slobber the glue on here. Get nice and close up the edges. All right. So we'll take this piece now, and we will just bring it down on here. And I know it's square, so we'll go ahead and do on the corners. And pull him up to there. And we're pushing back the edge, just like that. Now, I'm not going to have to worry about this edge because that's going to butt up to the clock tower. And then I will go ahead and cut this little form out right here and then do the circle. So as long as I'm good on the top and on the back side, which I look like I am, a little sanding here and it'll be good. Yes, sir. What I'm going to do is take one of my blocks and just put a block on here. Actually, two of my blocks. Put that on there like that. Alright, I'm going to take a break and then we'll come back. And when I do come back, we'll go ahead and cut the doors and windows out of this side here. Talk to you guys in a little bit. Excuse me. Alright guys, this guy has been drying on here for a pretty good time. Hope it's, well, the roof will cover that, I hope. Oopsie. I want to see if it can get up there. Nice. Alright, anyhow, I'm going to go ahead and cut these doors out and window, and let's see how this is going to work out. I hope it works okay. Can you guys see? And then you get a double steel door. Alright, so there you go so far. This side here, it's not getting any brick at all because it's going to butt up to the next building that's going to be in this thing. And then you do now is cut the window out. And you guys can see how easy it's going to be. So I'm just going to go ahead and finish that off camera. And maybe I'll go ahead and put the wall on here and cut these two doors out. And we'll continue on from there. Alright guys, what you're looking at in front of you right now are my failed attempts of doing a roof for the clock tower on this build that I am doing. And it took me several attempts. Now, I have been preaching to you guys that when you build a model, take one wall and put it over here, or put it like this, but you need to be consistent on all your corners. Well, I found out that doing these there is an exception to that rule. I was trying to get these with a slight overhang because what's going to happen is there has to be a like a fascia that goes around just underneath the roof here. So finally, I figured out what I had to do. This is the roof for this building, and I'll show you. Here's the building, and here's the roof. So what I had to do is alternate around all four corners, is one this way and then one this way. So each corner, I'll call it over and under. Each corner has an over and then an under. This one's over and this is under. I hope you guys understood that. But that's what gave me my square, perfectly square, and perfect height. So with this, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to cover it with this stuff. This is a JTT product. It is called Ribbed Roofing HO scale. But I thought that it would work pretty good for the N scale. So what I'm going to do, excuse me, what I'm going to do is I'm going to measure this part here and then this part here and start cutting some of this stuff out. So let me get prepared for that, and I'll bring you guys back shortly. Alright guys, what you're looking at now are my triangle pieces of the roofing material I'm going to put on this guy. They're all cut to size, and I have them numbered on when I cut them out, just in case there was a discrepancy in the sizes, but they all seem to be pretty equal. Anyhow, we're just going to take my model master's glue here, and we are just going to go ahead and smear some glue on here. I might even put some color on this puppy today, who knows. But this will be the last of this video. Getting quite long already, and I want to try and keep it as short as possible without not showing you guys everything I'm doing on these kits, these builds that I'm doing. As you can see, we got a perfect fit right there. Along the edges, I'm going to have to sand it down a little bit, but I'll do that after everything is on here. All right. And so now we'll move over. Now I'm also trying to keep these ribs. See that little short rib right there? I don't know if you saw that or not. Right there. Well, these also have the short ribs on them, so I tried to match them up. So this is number 2, and we're going to put number 2 on here. That's looking real good. All right. So again, we do the same thing here. Smear on the glue. There's no reason why I went the opposite way on this, just to get the glue on here. And I want to make sure I'm good on all the edges. All right, this is number 2. We'll put number 2 on here. Pop them over, slide them over, make sure the ends are good. All right, this is looking good so far. And so we'll continue on with this until we get it all done. And once I get this done, I might even squirt this with a little color paint on there just to see if the color is okay. But anyhow, that will be the last of this video. So stay tuned and we'll be back shortly. Alright guys, as you can see, I have all the roofing material on there and it worked out pretty good. So now, to cover up these corners, just like they have in the picture, I'm going to be using this number 293 angle, and it fits right over the corner, just like that. And I will do all 4 corners, and then here at the top there was like a little rectangular type deal, so I'm going to put that up there also. Anyhow, I'll bring it back when that's done, and then I will show you what I have accomplished in this video, and we will end it at that point. So stay tuned and we will be back in a few minutes. Alright guys, as you can see, I have the tower here and I have the roof section here. I also added, if you look at the pictures, and I'll try and put the pictures up here, but there is a little doorway that goes into the clock tower, so I built that in here, and it also has kind of like a step down from the outside to the inside and then down one more time, so I tried to emulate that also. There still needs to be work put in here. I still need to put some archways on the top here, and then a belt that goes around the entire building. But I am not too happy with the way the roof paint came out. The roof itself looks okay, and it fits perfectly on top of here. And also there will be, eventually there'll be a belt that goes around the building like that. But I have to wait and see how to do the clock that's in the middle of that belt. Although there's 4 clocks, so I need to figure that out. Anyhow, on this, I don't know if you guys are going to be able to see it, but there's like little pimples on the paint or whatever. I don't know what it is. I've never had problems with Rust-Oleum paint, but apparently I don't know what I'm going to do with this now. If I have to build a new one or whatever. And then also, I don't know if you could see on the trim that I put here. Every place that there's glue on these ribs, you could see it on this piece right here. So that's another little situation. Anyhow, I don't know what I'm going to do with this yet. I will show you the rest of the progress that I have made in this past week or so. Anyhow, that's done. These guys I'm calling the breezeway. They are 99% done. I need to put some brick on the parts that you're going to see. And then also on the arrival center or the main entranceway, I did this. And as you can see, I've got the front door with the archway and the circle up on top. And then if we turn it around here, then I have the people door. And this looks like, I think it might be like a dumpster cage, because there's like 2 wooden doors on here that I have to put on. And then on this side, we got a couple of people doors, a freight door and a window and stuff like that. That's all prototypical that is on this particular building. Anyhow, with all that being said, I hope you guys and gals enjoyed this video. And if you did, please consider subscribing, liking, and sharing my channel. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll talk to you guys later. Bye for now.